Mate, we are with Osiso Mathapelo Mokoena, 19-year-old lady. Been through so much, but came up with Beyond Scars. Thank you so much for joining us, Precious.
Thank you, Nkosi. It's a pleasure being here.
So, you've got a passion for young people and development of young people, especially young ladies. You go out there, we are Kutaza young ladies who are the most vulnerable, most precious of our society today. And goodness into evening that are attacking young ladies, and you deal with that. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, firstly, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Mathapelo Mokoena. I'm a 19-year-old female who recently finished her matric last year.
Yeah, Boopy.
So at Oakdale Secondary School.
Yeah.
It's been one life journey that one could always want to go out there and inspire others. Hence that there's a lot that's happening with our teenagers nowadays. Isn't this and us as teenagers, we don't even realize the things that we're going through, and we don't have people what can I do to get past through this situation? And we need people people our ages, because right?
Yeah.
So manje we need people like abazokwazi go out there and be willing to khulume nomuntu olingana nawe, because for example, I couldn't talk to umuntu omdala nagimi because there are certain things that I am ashamed of. Engakwazi ukukhuluma nomuntu omdala.
What are you ashamed of?
Certain things that I've been through in life, certain things that I've done that I'm not even proud of.
Oh snap, let's get to it.
Yeah, so isn't we as teenagers, we can't face or talk to older people and tell them our problems. We can't actually be open and reveal to them. So I came up with this initiative at Beyond Scars, because we're looking beyond the scars. That you might go through certain things, but you can still succeed in life and help others. For example, now as I'm a teenager, we going through some peer pressure stuff. For example, I'm not a saint. I'm doing things, and I'm still doing things as a teenager that I'm not proud of. So this initiative will only not help other people, but it's also like going to help me as an individual. You can't motivate someone to have a better life, where else your life now it's a mess. So I'm trying to mend me, mend others, and mend the world. I am a teenager. Instead of motivate and Chumi, let's go out there and party. Let's rather sit down and talk about these issues that are happening now, because it's said that we are the world, we are the future. So imagine if the whole teenage society is like breaking down. There is no world, there is no future. We're taking our lives for granted. So this initiative will help teenagers will have a positive effect on the world and how to deal with situations.
To tell people about, like you correctly say, about mending their lives, people expect that you would have gone through something. You've just alluded to it, touched on it, that you understand what they're going through. You know, when someone says, no, I understand what you're going through, it's because they went through either secondary to whatever happened or first-hand information on whatever has happened. What is it that, what did you go through? I know that you suffered from depression.
Yes,
I did. What happened there?
Growing up, I was raised by a single mother who is working at a daycare center to provide for me, my grandmother, my nieces and my nephews, and my two siblings. So basically, she's the breadwinner. Yeah. So growing up, she tried so much to take me to English schools, which then I'm having a brighter future. Whereby English schools, I was focusing too much on what was happening. She's definitely doing such things to get me to such a point whereby I should give me my in carry lunchbox money, and then I go to school. Instead of using that money to buy food, I used to buy weed. Wow, okay. Yeah, so we used to smoke, and at school everyone was expecting Guti. When matric comes, she's getting a bachelor's. I was focusing on my friends and me at that time. Education didn't matter, because whatever I wanted, I could get through my beauty and my body. Yeah. So whatever that I wanted, I could get. So came matric, my mommy was happy with your passer and all that. Even the school principal was so happy, but then when the results came back, I was doomed.
So you failed?
Yes, I failed my matric. So during my matric year, I was because I was too much of what's happening in the world. I didn't look at life in what is it that I need to take.
But what was bothering you? What was bothering you? Here's your mom trying to put you to a good school. She's taking care of so many people. What was bothering you that you know, you have to do all of these things that are counter what your mom is trying to do.
To be honest, I think that I won't say it's peer pressure because abangani don't take a cigarette and put it to my mouth and say "Bema."
Yeah.
I could say it was
Yeah.
wanting to get used to the good life. Ukuthi I'm beautiful. Mangifuni Brazilian ngayithola. I have a nice body. Mangifuni lokhu ngakuthola. So
Okay.
I won't blame peer pressure or other people for my mistakes. It's my mistakes. I have to stand up to it and own it because I am the one who made those mistakes.
Wow. So it must have come down like a ton of bricks not being successful. That's important because many young people abangapasi matric, they go through a very difficult time, you know. Abanye, there are things that are happening of ekhaya, and they bottle up abakhulumi, and then but ekhaya bakutshela njalo ukuthi at least pass matric, and then you don't pass that, and then you feel like you've let everyone down, and then the only option ukuthi uzibulale. You know, and then there are no outlets where ungahlala with young people and talk. Uhlale namakhansela ekhaya, bahlale nabakutshela ukuthi no, you still got another year. You can do this and this. But motivated, just come up back to your feet again. There isn't such happening now. So how did that affect you when you did not pass? What did your mother say?
My mother and everyone else was very disappointed. I, for one, I was very disappointed. I literally broke down. I lost my friend who committed suicide now, So I came to a point whereby I thought about it. There's a lot that's going on, and we're bottling it up as teenagers. We're trying so hard to hide the fact that we're teenagers and we're doing, you know, disgusting things. That's the problem that we have. We don't talk. I cannot talk to my mother about certain things because I feel she's going to be so ashamed of me. And they're going to judge me, they're going to say whatever. So I started this initiative, you know what? Let's get together as teenagers. Instead of judging each other, why don't we influence each other? You know what? I still have another year. You can go back to school and try harder. And whatever that you're going through, let's talk about it. Let's have, you know, if you feel about how many guys you've slept with, how many things you've done, it's fine. Beyonce is there. We will help you. We are the voice behind saying that teenage matters do matter.
Wow.
Just to put it out there and show the world there's this group of teenagers who's willing to gather teenagers from all over the country, all provinces, put them together, discuss like everything that we cannot discuss with our parents and anyone out there.
Look at you. There's nothing like the human spirit and its survival. Its ability and willpower to get out of the pit and rise above a situation. So we celebrate you and we thank you for that. So, beyond scars, fine ngiyakuzwa ukuthi uthi, you know, this is where we're going to talk and senzeni. So mangifika kwenzakalani ku Beyond Scars, I'm scared what? How do you facilitate that the talks with teenagers? Do you go out to schools? What then do you do? Mangifika, what type of resources do I find kuleyo ndawo le?
Okay, Beyond Scars, I'm working with my team. I have a team that I'm working with. It's a couple of teenagers from different places in Soweto, Palm Springs, and Everton. So I get it, I'm a teenager, so let's start this thing and do it. Mafia Group Beyond Scars, we welcome you with open arms, and the first thing that we tell you is that, you know what, you are welcome, don't be afraid, open up. So I'm a teenager, we have to talk about these things. And then we're going to register you down, the list that we have, we have this person, she's going to be part of Beyond Scars. And then we're going to sit down like as a group, and then we're going to talk about all our problems that are going through. And then whatever that you're going through, we're all going to look at it from different perspectives and try to come up with the solution. Because you know what, you might have been through this, but this is the way I think we're going to con. You have failed matric. Why don't you just go and register and do this and this and this? No, I can't register, man. I'm afraid to go to school. And then someone else would come up with the thing, which, you know, why don't you just, okay, because we are Sabubuyele School and let's rather get something that'll keep you. Because, okay, life is about school, but it's not about school.
Yeah, I get you.
Yes, so they think I'm school and I failed my matric, there's no life after that. I failed my matric, but after that, I used my experience, which has let me you know what, even if you failed matric, life doesn't stop. You can actually go further and do things. You can just make life out of talking and motivating others.
A person might say, who are you accountable to? Like, here's a 19-year-old, you're bringing in kids to say in Tontoni, what qualifies to say it? Do you know what I mean? They'll say, okay, I bring my child into the hands of these young people. What have they learned in terms of academia? What makes them even, think that they can redirect impilo yomuntu omusha?
It's obviously about umama umelete umntanakhe. She's obviously expecting ukuthi we must fix the problems that they have. We cannot obviously fix the problems, but we guarantee them that you don't have to go through it alone. We are here and we care.
Okay.
So things that like we experiences and stuff. I have also Sintabi saying
she's from
my
soul inspiration. Yeah,
she's my mentor. She mentors me.
Okay.
Everything that I do, I pass it through her.
Okay.
So yes, she's my mentor. So whatever that she's mentoring me. Which you should behave in a certain way, handle situations in such a certain way, and do this in certain ways. So yes.
Okay. And do you work with any civil organizations, community organizations, women organizations?
No, at the moment we're still sticking to soul inspiration.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because it's important when Mathapelo, isn't it? Because the human spirit is fragile, and the counseling thereof is important. Because a person is vulnerable when they come to you. I like the fact that it's an environment where I, as a teenager, I can feel free. So it's nice that you have an organization, saying, to feed through. By extension, my humble suggestion is to work with also women's group, so that nizokwazi ukuthi to deal with issues of maybe funding, to deal with issues of a place of safety, shelter, to work with community safety as well. Just so that it's an organization I can come to. Mangiti sipresa le button sifulala. Ama resources nabantu that have partnered with you makes the experience holistic in terms of helping the person, and also in terms of funding you, because you guys need funding, and you're gonna need funding, isn't it, though?
Yes, we are gonna need funding.
Yeah, you need to partner with businesses as well. How's your mother thinking about you now?
Oma is very proud at the moment.
Yeah.
You would see, unlike other teenagers, I've been having suicidal thoughts, but then I told myself, Wuti.
Now? Like recently? Yeah?
I've been
Why?
having, I don't know, it just comes back. With Mangbuga is matric certificate exam, and I failed my parents. She tried so hard to take me to English school. She's a single mother, the breadwinner.
Yeah.
So sometimes I do get suicidal thoughts, but now I told myself, I have to get back on my feet. Next year I have another year coming. I'm still young, I'm still passionate, I can still go back to school, irrespective of Utubanu Ganjani. That's my life. I have to take care of it and put it in position.
3 things. First, it's good that young people talk about these things. They brood a rumini and then umtanu's hangile. It's okay. I admire that you talk about it. That's the first sign to healing, isn't it?
Yes,
to talk and recognize there's a problem there. Second thing, the matric certificate we can frame it, and it can remind us where not to go. Third thing, we can burn it. Don't want to go back there anymore. I like the fact that you're open about your shortcomings. I like the fact that you have created it beyond scars. It can grow. There's so much potential, especially in schools, and going to schools and talking to schools as well. Engage the MEC of Education. Reach out. That's why you need to work with other groups, so that Amanama Contact reach out today. This is an important organization, and we truly, truly wish you all the best going forward, and finishing your matric and coming to the show and saying, "Good, you've passed matric now."
Yes,
do you know what I mean? You
yes,
must.
I do.
You must. So I want to get involved near Beyond Scars as a young person. How do I reach you guys? Nigupi on Facebook. Well, how do I get in contact with you?
Currently, we are still creating our own Facebook page. But if anyone needs any help, they can email us to preciousmathapelo2 at gmail.com. That's the current email address that we're using now. Or you can get us on the numbers 083-342-5161. That's the numbers that you can get in contact with Beyond Scars.
To help human beings is such a wonderful thing to do. It is a legacy that we live in Mhlabeni, over and above what you can acquire materially. You know, to help human beings, to be selfless use yourself, your experience, to help another human being. That's the next level of consciousness. And we applaud you for doing that. Well done for doing that. You need us, Sikona. I'm there. Our show is there. The station is there. You need us, talk. Look at Soweto TV. There are other women's programs that are there, led by wonderful women. Talk to them. See how Beyond Stars can be made the best. All right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming to the show. I appreciate it.
It's really an honor.
No, it's a pleasure. You must say hi to your mom, all right?
Okay, I will.
We're proud of you. She should be as well. Do not suffer alone. The rate of suicide by teenagers is getting higher and higher. Depression is getting higher and higher. There's so much pressure. There's so much going on with young people. If there's an outlet like Beyond Scars, reach out to them. It's not how a thing has started, isn't it, though? So let us support it. From a valley to a Soweto, hook up with and other young people's organization. Go be Beyond Scars Soweto, Beyond Scars Davidton, Beyond Scars Mamelodi, Beyond Scars Eastern Cape. Young people get together and talk. She has led the way. Let's join and support her. We'd like to thank Mrs. Mathapelo for coming to the show.